All right, so I want to talk about this guy that was in Maryland, got apprehended by ICE and shipped to the prison over in El Salvador, the Supermax prison over in El Salvador. That's which President Bukele down in El Salvador he built for all the gang members or the cartels, anybody that seemed to have tattoos or affiliations. They built a prison down there, and there's a deal with the U.S. to take people from here that seem to have an affiliation, seem to be gang members, seem to be cartel members, and ship them to El Salvador to be housed in this prison. And the U.S. is giving them some money to do so. So there's a guy from Maryland. He's down there, and the U.S. is saying, "Hey, it was an accident. You know, he wasn't a gang member like we thought he was, but we can't get him back. It's too late. There's nothing we can do." We talk a lot about people coming into this country illegally, and if you've been around the channel, you know, and if you haven't been around the channel, subscribe and join the conversation. If you've been around the channel, you know that I've said I don't have a problem with people that come here illegally, especially people that do crime, being sent back to their originating location, right? I don't necessarily agree with them being shipped to the Supermax prison. They need to be shipped to their origin country. But this guy's being shipped down there, and the U.S. is like, "Hey, there's nothing we can do about it," you know, and they make these types of mistakes when they're rushing. We already seen like with Elon Musk and Doge, where they're rushing to do things, and haste makes waste, right? So this guy's stuck down there with no affiliation. He had an accusation in 2019, and then his family can't get him back. They're saying there's nothing we can do. And does that mean he has to live out the rest of his days in the Supermax prison where people are being grabbed by the back of their neck like pit bulls? I don't know.
I think, for one, pull up the picture. Drop the picture of these niggas in the Supermax. They crazy.
It is definitely crazy. It is definitely crazy. I don't wish that on nobody.
I'm not gonna say you should ever join the gang, but
this ain't worth it.
From this shit, advice, if you is in the gang, nigga, you need to keep that shit a secret. Please.
Yeah, they got this dude by the back of his neck.
They got these niggas really like.
This is crazy. Hold up, let me see the pictures.
You gotta start saying the pit bull joke, man. This shit is disgusting. How they doing these people? It's really like animals, though.
No, it is. It definitely is. I think when they're transporting them from one place to another, they make them like look at the ground. Because I've seen plenty of videos where they're running across the prison, and they're kind of like ducked down, just like this. It's not necessarily every time somebody's grabbing them on the neck, but this is pretty much how they live. And then they're housed in like a huge facility where basically they're right on top of each other. It's crazy. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy, man. And now this guy has nothing to do.
Wish that. I definitely would wish that on my worst enemy.
Look at how they had these dudes.
The only people that deserve to be in here is if you killing kids and innocent people and chopping up. You definitely deserve to be in here. But
other than that, you got a guy that has nothing to do with nothing. He had an accusation that he was in a gang in MS-13 back in 2019, and he was only accused of it. He wasn't even convicted. But somehow it was a clerical error. They arrested him. ICE arrested him and then shipped him over to this prison. And this is how he's going to live for the rest of his days? Nah, that's not right.
They shipped him. Where did they arrest him first? They arrested him here in Maryland.
I'm a little confused about it because they said he's from here, but I think I read that he got arrested in Texas.
If anyone has any further information, please comment down below.
Yeah.
I would like to know more about this.
Yeah, I think he got arrested in Texas, but they said he's from here. His family's from here. I'm not sure what he was doing down in Texas, right? I'm not going to pass judgment on his situation. Hopefully his lawyers and his family, they can get him back. I don't know if they started the GoFundMe, but somebody needs to do something. If we're going to say we're going to make America great, we're going to get people out, we have to get the right people the first time. We can't accidentally send people to this prison in El Salvador, send people to Guantanamo Bay, and then turn around and be like, oops, my bad. We'll get them next time. No, you have to make it right the first time. And it's making me a little shaky about the people that they are arresting. Because they said, I think at this point they said they've rounded people up and captured them. At this point, they've captured tens of thousands of people.
Captured as a term for humans is very demeaning.
Yeah,
I
it
can't
is.
believe that they even.
But that's what they're doing, man. They rounding people up.
They're definitely capturing people. But
look, if you're an actual gang member, you've been chopping up body parts and you've been chopping people's heads off, then I have no sympathy for you. But we have to actually prove that those are the facts. We can't just put somebody in a prison on accusations. Well, that's what they do anyway. They put you in jail until your trial sometimes, but not that prison. Definitely not that prison, because you might not ever make it home.
He might be a fake MS-13 member, and now he done got killed or beat up in there. It don't even look like they could beat each other up.
They can't. They are watched 24/7.
Yeah, you can't even do nothing.
There's no space for rival gangs to be competing and plotting. Everybody is housed in a big old cell.
Don't go to jail.
That joint looks like
this is gay.
yeah. Hell no.
They
I'm good.
nut to butt to head.
I'm gonna pass on that one.
I'm not putting my forehead on nobody's back.
I
don't want to do that.
Their bunks in that joint are stacked up like how they were on
ships.
On ships, yeah.
Oh my God.
They look like Squid Game in this joint. Hold on, I'm gonna bring it up one more time.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna bring it up one more time. They stacked in this joint like Squid Game.
They not even. Oh yeah, they def.
That's crazy. It's like 4 people per bunk per level.
Yep. This a team deathmatch right here.
Yeah, it is.
Let one of them gates open, and
yeah,
they take it.
It would be over. Imagine the damage that they could do to all of the prison guards too if they were actually unsupervised and left out.
One day.
I said left out like they're animals.
Yeah.
They cage like animals, but they're not animals.
Yeah.